Back in 1998, Valve released a game called Half-Life, and it changed the course of gaming history with the revolutionary way it blended the first-person shooter genre with puzzle and horror game elements, along with the subtle way in which the story was presented through implication, without explanation through cutscenes or loading screens as many games do today. Valve had a lot to live up to for their next release, and the fans were anticipant of a sequel, and while they would be left waiting a further 6 years for a true sequel to the original, something had to be done to appease the players while Valve took their time. Enter Gearbox Software, a company set up the year following Half-Life by a team of 5 developers. A deal was met with Valve, and the team had whipped up a prototype of the add-on 10th of May 1999. The game hit shelves on the 1st of November 1999 and received overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. In my opinion, this game takes leaps and bounds ahead of the original Half-Life, and it's my favourite game in the Half-Life franchise.
Looking pretty grim. Roger that. I got a bad feeling about this mission.
The game gives you 2 choices on launch: play the tutorial, or start the game immediately. It's safe to assume that most people playing an add-on for Half-Life would already be versed with the original game, so the military tutorial skips straight over the basics to showing you the new additions such as the PCV suit, which is an offshoot of the HEV suit and has some alternative charging methods, the engineer and medic and the ways they can assist you, and the introduction of a new weapon, the sniper rifle. The flashlight from the original Half-Life has also been switched for a pair of night vision goggles, which makes sense in terms of the game, but completely melt my eyeballs. The amount of effort they put into this tutorial is really impressive. The environment is non-linear, and you're free to explore the entire military complex, which reveals small story bites, such as certain areas being off-limits, and teasing the Osprey, which carries you to Black Mesa during the first chapter. The drill sergeants really help here as well. It's pretty funny to watch these guys roast you for absolutely nothing.
Are you touching me, dirtbag? I will smoke you like a Cuban cigar! What is your major malfunction, dirtbag?
I find them much more entertaining than Gina Cross from Half-Life Training.
I am your holographic assistant. Let's begin by stepping into your suit.
Opposing Force has a story, of course, and I suppose it serves its purpose, but it isn't on the level of the other Half-Life games. 22-year-old US Army Corporal Adrian Shepard of the Hazardous Environments Combat Unit makes the unforgivable mistake of getting into a helicopter in a video game. He has a lucid dream where he watches all of his mates get massacred by aliens before waking up in Black Mesa. Shepard dons his vest and ventures out into Black Mesa, where he does battle with Xen aliens and Race X, and almost escapes Black Mesa, only to get blue-balled by the G-Man at the last second. He catches up with some of his mates, and they fight through Black Ops and take a train to the Lambda complex, where Adrian sees Gordon Freeman teleport to Xen and teleports to Xen himself in order to escape the Lambda complex. Upon leaving Xen, he finds himself in a lab with dangerous marine life before accessing the biodome, where he picks some weird new weapons. He receives a transmission from some guys dying to a horrific and dangerous alien creature and, like any sane human being, decides to head to Waste Processing Area 3 where the alien pitworm is located. He kills the pitworm by dumping toxic waste on it, while the Race X and Black Ops are still fighting. Adrian goes underground, where he is ambushed by overweight aliens. He kills a Gargantua and takes the water slide down, only to be confronted by more Black Ops, who plan to nuke Black Mesa. He kills them and deactivates the bomb like an absolute beast, only for G-Man to reactivate it. Adrian then has to go through a hell of enemy spam before reaching the final boss, the Gene Worm, who wants to come through a portal and turn Earth into a habitable world for Race X. Adrian shoots it in the eyes with lasers to reveal the weak spot and blasts it until the creature dies, creating a massive portal which teleports him. He's then confronted by G-Man, who destroys Black Mesa and tells them he's being sent to a place he can do no harm, yet no harm can come to him, before exiting through a portal and bringing the game to a close. So this add-on actually added stuff, unlike another one I can think of. The new weapons, in my opinion, are really fun to use, and dare I even say they're better than those in the original Half-Life. Adrian can use a wrench or a knife in close combat. The wrench is slow and powerful, while a knife is fast and weak. The light machine gun is powerful at close range and has lots of ammo, but the ammo is pretty rare at the beginning of the game, and this thing is kind of imprecise. Firing knocks you back, which can be used to increase movement while b-hopping, which is a great example of how to implement movement mechanics into a game. The sniper rifle is really good at long range and kills most enemies instantly with a headshot, and honestly, good thing it does, because this thing takes an age before you can fire another shot. It replaces the crossbow, but unlike the crossbow, this fires bullets instead of projectiles. The displacer cannon destroys everything. It shoots laser rockets which insta-kill anyone who isn't a boss. The secondary fire also teleports you to one of 19 Zen locations, depending on which chapter you're in, which contains supplies, before putting you back where you were. 9 out of 10. Wish it had more ammo though. The spore launcher is okay. The damage is really good, but it is hard to find ammo for it because you can only get it from these plants, which are hard to find. It's a cool weapon though, and I like how you can shoot it straight or bounce it depending on the firing mode. The shock roach replaces the hornet gun from the original, as it has infinite ammo. It does more damage, a whole 2 points. This weapon is quite bad, and I only really used it if I was desperate or dealing with weak enemies. You would probably have a better chance with the wrench, honestly. The barnacle grapple is cool, but it sucks that you can only use the grapple at specific points the developers had in mind. It would have been great for moving around quickly in open spaces. Other than that, it is funny to eat things with this, but pulling yourself closer to something trying to kill you is a pretty shit idea. A bunch of the guns from Half-Life also got added into Opposing Force. The pistol, SMG and shotgun are, from what I noticed, exactly the same. The revolver got dropped for the deagle, but the two are very similar, only differences being the red dot sight on the deagle and extra firing speed. But anyway, that's it for new weapons. Time to check out the new enemies added. In addition to the new guns, there are also new bad guys to shoot. The new Race X aliens being the most prominent new additions. Pit drones are the first you encounter in the third chapter, We Are Pulling Out, and immediately attack Shepard with their claws or by spitting acid, most likely due to their height insecurity as 5'3" beta males. Shock troopers are the smartest Race X enemy, behaving more similarly to the Black Ops with their ranged attacks and high health. When you kill these guys, the shock roach turns into an enemy and tries to kill you, which has actually caught me out more times than I care to admit. Voltigores are frustrating. They have too much health and they do too much damage with melee and ranged lightning bolts. They make the chapter's Foxtrot uniform a complete nightmare. The Pitworm is the first of the 2 bosses you confront in Opposing Force. This Cyclops has infinite health and he's generally just a tall dickhead, attacking you with stupid little green goo which kills you in a few seconds. So you have to go around this guy and fight armies of pit drones just so you can open the valve. And then you got to go back round to activate the gearbox and waste this guy once and for all. Finally. And speaking of final, behold the final member of Race X and the final boss of the game, the Gene Worm. This big boy is invincible, apart from his weak spot on his stomach, which he won't reveal unless you perform laser eye surgery on him first. Shoot the weak spot enough times and he will explode. I would recommend the sniper rifle for this, as it has high damage and it's easy to land accurate shots with it. The Zen aliens only got one new addition, which is an evolution of the head crab zombie called the Gnome. He's basically like any other zombie, he's just faster, stronger, and has more health. He also has a ranged attack, which is throwing bits of flesh at you. Nice. The Black Ops are back, but this time there are men and women. These Ops are really annoying because of the fact that they're ranged attackers, have a lot of health, and can actually be somewhat smart at times, at least for gold source bots, capable of flanking you and chucking grenades with some accuracy. The HECU soldiers are back, but this time they're on your side, with different classes being able to assist you in different ways. Engineers can open doors, which can be useful as some rooms containing supplies are sealed off, and medics provide on-demand healing, which is a godsend, especially on hard difficulty, which I consider to be the definitive opposing force experience. Yeah, so if you haven't played Opposing Force yet, then I would recommend you buy it. It's like $3.99. Get it when it's on sale, and you might as well pick it up in the Valve Complete Pack, because all those classics are lovely. Leave it a positive review on Steam, and like the video, please.
Oh dear!